Okay, the futures are up, guys. SoFi's setup right now is not looking so pretty, and we're heading into an interesting week for earnings. We have a lot to cover in this video, guys, from the futures market to the charts, and we'll break down SoFi, a couple companies I'm watching, all of which are reporting earnings this week. So hit the like button. Feel free to subscribe. Make sure to join the Patreon if you guys want to keep up with my portfolio updates, my private Discord. All of that is linked down below. And with that being said, guys, let's get into it. Happy Sunday, by the way. Hope you all had a great weekend and are getting ready for probably another interesting week here in the stock market. So as of right now, the metals are creeping a little lower. Silver's down under $80 an ounce. We're down over 2% on the day, on the session rather. And I got to be honest, man, the charts do not look good for the bulls here on silver. It does not look so pretty. You know, at this point, we're clearly getting rejected at 90, 95 an ounce. We failed to break back through that point, right? And we're, slightly slipping under these moving averages, and we kind of have a descending triangle right here on silver. You guys are seeing it right here. We have clear support at about 80 an ounce. All month of March here, we've held it, but clearly lower highs are being made. Again, we're back under those moving averages, so this could break through potentially at 80 an ounce. It's already actually doing that, but if we get a full-on breakthrough, we could be going 70, 72 an ounce on silver. That would not be surprising to me. And the price of gold is down about 1.75%. And it's also breaking down here. You guys can see we're back under these moving averages. We failed to kind of break through 5,200. We're now back under 5,000 an ounce. So gold's down, silver's down, and the futures and, S&P, NASDAQ futures, those are up. The E-mini S&P futures are up about 0.25% right now, which, guys, it's not much, and this could easily flip red tomorrow morning, as you guys clearly know. But you can see we are building, gaining some ground here, gapping up from Friday, which on Friday we had a pretty, not a terrible red day, but it was a red day nonetheless. So we are seeing a decent relief rally in the future session here. Nice gap up, and it's been, been trending up, higher highs, higher lows for the last hour and a half since the futures market opened. So the E-mini S&Ps, futures up 0.25%, not bad. NASDAQ, same thing pretty much. Dow futures are up. Where the heck are the Dow? A little less, 0.15%, as the Russell futures are leading the way, up 0.3%. Not bad. As Bitcoin is up to now 73,000. It looks like Bitcoin, guys, up 2%. I don't want to say it's bottomed for sure. We don't know that, obviously. But it looks like we may have hit a short-term bottom. It's clear we hit 60K about a month ago. When was that? Over a month ago, month and a half. And it's been consolidating, slightly trickling up since. But the reality is, man, Bitcoin is nowhere near out of the woods. We're still in a downtrend. And for me to be like, okay, Bitcoin's out of the woods, it's breaking out, we need to take out at least $80,000 to $85,000, which we're nowhere near that. We're at 72 as of, actually almost 73 as of this update, but we need to retake this part of the chart. You guys can see Bitcoin held 80, 82 as support for months. Then obviously we fell off a cliff very quickly down to 60K. So I think it needs to retake that point. If it can retake that support, get over 82, 85K, that's the real breakout spot, especially over 90, 95, but baby steps, guys. But the fact that Bitcoin's trickling up $1,400, 2% up right now into the new week, that's a good sign that we're heading potentially into more of a risk on week. We're seeing oil, what's oil up? It's up a little bit, 1%. Oil is right around 100 a barrel, which we have to monitor that. That's going to be the key, obviously, one to watch for this week. But other than that, looking at other commodities here, Silver's down 2%. Like I said, gold's down. So the safe havens are down. Equities, the futures are up right now. Bitcoin's up. So yeah, it could end up being more of a risk-on week here. At least, that's how it could be shaping up now. But SoFi, not so much. Like we mentioned in recent updates, I'm not a big fan of it in the short term. I'm bearish short term, bullish long term on SoFi, and I'm looking to sell cash secured puts potentially this week, especially if we get this leg down on SoFi. If it fills the gap down to 1650, I'm going to look to sell either the $14 strike, maybe the 15, although the 15 might be too close, in terms of close. The strike price might be too close to the stock price, but it's. I'm gonna sell cash secured puts where I want to own the stock anyway, which $14, $15 is where I would own it. Where I would own it anyway. So I'm gonna play around in the options market this week with SoFi, guys. But keep in mind again, it's not looking good on the charts. I've said that before. I'll say it again. It looks like we're going lower here. Doesn't mean it's guaranteed. Doesn't mean it will for sure go lower. But just keep your eyes on that descending triangle. And I don't think we're nearing, or rather, I think we're nearing the bottom. I don't think we're going to go much lower on this name. Sure, it could go to $15, but do I think it's going to go to 12? 13, not necessarily. So I think we're nearing a bottom here. I'm looking to get my cash secured puts in, get some premium, make some money there on my cash, which I do have not a ridiculous amount of cash in the portfolios now, but I do have a little more than usual, given what's going on in the Middle East for obvious reasons. So with that cash, like I've said before, you can make money on it, with cash secured puts. It makes sense on stocks that you want to own at different price or lower prices rather. So I'm keeping my eyes on SoFi. If it gets down to 1650, I'm gonna sell probably the $14 strike at that point and make some premium. Why not? Why not? That's the beauty of the options market. Not buying calls, not buying puts, although that works sometimes as well, but selling them. That is where you want to be, at least in my opinion, based on, my experience here. So what are your thoughts on SoFi? I'm curious what you guys think in the comments there. And in terms of stocks that I'm watching with earnings this week, let's run through these rapid fire style. Micron is number one, which you guys know. We've covered it before many times. They have earnings on Wednesday, and the stock is at a very critical spot, as you can see. We're up around, 50 to $75 off the lows. We hit 350 recently. Now we're up 20% over that from that point, and we're testing the top of this downtrending channel on the 4-hour time frame, which is the breakout spot on MU. If it can take out, let's say 420, well, it already did, but if it could take out, let's say 430, 435, which is the high from, back in the end of February, early March, coupled with good earnings, man, which I think earnings would be the catalyst, obviously, to drive it through that point, I think it could break out. And I've been on record saying many times, I think Micron's going to $500. Do I think it's going to $600, $750, $800? I'm not that bullish, right? I'm not that bullish like some people. I think the high on the street is like $700. I'm not that bullish, guys, but I think 500 could be in reach with good earnings, especially good guidance. We all know we're in a memory super cycle right now. They're sold out for 26. So if we get some more news, guidance, sentiment that, these chips are impossible to get, they're sold out, the supply constraints are going to last longer than expected, that could cause the stock to go up. And look, they're trading at 12 times earnings, forward earnings, based on their forward estimates right now. So that's cheap, and they're going to grow like 120%, 30% top line year over year. Think about that, man. Insane. And there is going to be a time, yes, when Micron collapses, when SanDisk collapse. These stocks will see big drawdowns, but I don't think we're there yet. They are cyclical, but I don't think we're there yet. I think we have a little more juice to go, room to go before these see a drawdown, but they will see a pretty gnarly drawdown eventually, but I don't think we're there yet. And I was predicting 400, when the stock was like 300, under 300. So we hit 400. Now I'm thinking 500. The chart setup is there. We just need to see if earnings and guidance and sentiment match that setup, and then boom, I think we'll get the breakout. We also have Alibaba this week. And by the way, guys, if you find value in these videos and you want to see more content, hit the like button. Make sure to subscribe. I think 50% of you guys watch the content, but you're not subscribing. Make sure to do that. Hit that button. I appreciate you guys as always. Alibaba's this week, which I'm not, the biggest fan of this company. Not that it's a bad company, but, it's a Chinese name. I got burned on it in the past. Lost some money there. It's a great company. They're growing nicely, solid fundamentals. But, man, it's been Chinese stocks are interesting, man. It's been rough for Alibaba, but, yeah. Earnings are on the 19th. I'm keeping an eye on it on Thursday. That's for sure. So Alibaba, Olo is another one, which this stock's been getting demolished literally ever since we literally called the peak at 190. But I didn't take the short that I was about to. Literally, I was there. I was about to short the stock at 190, and I was like, let me hold off a little bit. And then boom, it tanked. And that would have been the best trade that I didn't make recently, at least, but Olo's this week. We'll see. Maybe it spikes up. It's down a lot from highs. We're on the 17th, they're reporting. That's on Tuesday. So watch out for OKLO. Maybe it can kind of wiggle itself out of that downtrend. We'll see. And another one, the last one for this video, guys, is Redcat. RCAT, which this is a clean cut cup and handle. I mean, look, if they report great numbers, solid numbers even, this is probably going to play out. I mean, this is a clean cut cup and handle breakout waiting to just play out. And I'm going to set my alert at, let's see, probably 17. 17. We'll put it there for now. Mark is at or above. So if we get that push out of 17, cup and handle plays out. Earnings are coming up on the 18th, Wednesday. This could be a play. I like it. I like the way it's shaping up. So alerts are set, 17 a share. I'll do another one at $18 a share. So we'll monitor it from there, guys. And of course, as always, do your own research. I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. All for entertainment purposes only. And gear up. Get ready. Tomorrow, this week, is going to be interesting, and I'm here for it. We're going to make a lot of content, so make sure to subscribe. Join the Patreon for my real-time portfolio updates. You guys see how I'm buying stocks, how I'm trading, how I'm selling options, creating income within my portfolio, all of that. And we're investing $750 a week, so if you guys are interested, check it out. Link down below, pinned in the comments as well. And there's a private Discord, by the way, so it's not just my portfolio updates. We're breaking down stocks. We're talking in that Discord every day. It's all, again, linked down below, pinned in the comments. And with that being said, I'll see you guys in there. Have a great rest of your night.